All right, there we go. Recording in progress. All right, so welcome everybody. We're going to get started. The topic is sell it in May and go away. So just allow me to share my screen. And you guys can see that? Okay, cool. All right, so as always, I always start off with just a little bit of intro and backup because not everyone is in the group. So I'll just like to start off by saying, well, this is the May meeting. We meet the first Tuesday of every month at 7 p.m. And it's been Zoom for the last year, but I would love to get an in-person meeting. The topics are usually current market topics, but I'm open to suggestions if somebody has something specific they want to talk about. The previous month, I talked about REITs, real estate investment trusts, because I think it's a good area. People who want to get invested in real estate but don't know how to get started, there's a way to do it via the stock market. So last month, we talked about REITs. Everyone's welcome from beginners to experienced, and questions and comments are not only welcome, but encouraged. And right now we got about 330 people in the group. So I'm really happy about that. I'm your host, founder and CEO of Walk-On Consultants, where I teach people how to get started investing in the stock market. I work with everybody. I meet them wherever they are, and I'll go with the pace that they're comfortable with learning. So feel free to book a 15-minute appointment with me, find out if I'm the right guy for you. So I always start off by saying an investment in knowledge pays the best interest. The quote was from Benjamin Franklin. Truly believe that you've got to learn before you invest. And that's the best way to go about it. Don't just take a hint or a hunch or a pick from somebody else that you work with, or you saw them at the cookout, the family reunion. You really got to learn before you invest your money. So should you sell in May and go away? That's a current market phrase you hear a lot. But what is the sell in May and go away? So it started back in England, I believe. They would say sell in May and go away, come back on St. Leger's Day. And that's a big horse race that they have, like the British version of the Triple Crown. It's in the middle of September, and all the rich aristocrats would go away and come back when the horse racing was starting in mid-September. So same thing here, similar thing here in New York and Wall Street. A lot of the bankers, brokers, they're making millions of dollars, or they never spend time with their family. So they go to the Hamptons, they go on vacation, especially now the kids are out of school, Memorial Day or, June. And so they just kind of go away and kind of take it easy, and they come back when kids are back in school. So that theory has been going on, you can see, since 1950. And there's actually data that suggests that if you take your money out of the market from May until October, and then start reinvesting again in November until April, you would do better. And I've got some links down there. Those links are in the chat that will back up that data. However, it's starting to not be so prevalent anymore. And I believe partly because of the internet and Zoom, and you can do anything remotely now. Not that we didn't have technology before, but it's so easy to go away on vacation and just bring your laptop and still work. So a lot of the traders, investment bankers, portfolio managers may be on vacation with the family, but they can kind of still be working on their vacation. And I think that's why you want, the pattern is not holding as true as it used to. So here's the data that I was talking about. Now, there's a slightly different time period, but we're still talking about 60 plus years of data. And you can see it's not even close. 15.9% on average compared to 5.2. That's 3 times the returns if you only invested from November to April versus May to October. And that's where the sell in May and go away theory comes from. Like, why would I be invested if it's 5% versus 15.9, almost 16%? So like I said, that was up until 2019. 2020, that didn't work. And, there's no guarantee it's going to work, but you still hear people quoting that theory all the time. So got a little funny cartoon here, sell in May and go away, nah. So if you don't want to do that, what do you do? So I recommend, like a lot of other experts recommend, is rotation. You want to rotate the sectors that you're in. Don't sell everything and get on the sidelines and be in cash, but just sort of rotate what's in your portfolio. Option two, you can stay fully invested and not do anything, right? You just stay put and keep what you have. The market as a whole averages between 8 and 10% per year. So you can just stay invested and not do anything. And then one of those ways, another option is just buy the SPY. It's an ETF that mimics the S&P 500. So if you don't have a whole lot of different stocks in your portfolio, you can just buy the SPY ETF and just let it sit. So there are always some other options that you could use. So when I talk about rotation, there are 11 distinct sectors in the S&P 500, and technology is the largest sector, but that has been getting killed this year. And what's been doing well are consumer staples and energy. And when I say energy, I mean like the oil companies. So you can always rotate into a different sector. You don't have to just get out of the market totally. So this is a chart of the last 7 days. Now, this is the last 7 days of April. Last 7 days of April, and you can see the market was down 3%, and technology was down 1.4. And as you can see across the board, what happened in the 11 different sectors. I want to go to another one. This is 1 month. This is just the month of April. The market was down 10%. And as I said, consumer staples had a small gain. Consumer staples are things like toilet paper, deodorant, things that we have to buy no matter what the price is, no matter if you're in a recession or not. These are the sectors that are going to do well no matter what. And then you see energy has done well, but it had a small pullback in April. And the last one I'll go to is a 1 year. This is April of 2021 to April of 2022. The market was down, but energy and consumer staples were up. So were utilities. And yes, you can invest in local utility companies as a safe way. If you're not sure what to do, you're just getting started, utility companies are safe. You're not going to hit a home run, but if you're worried about the ups and downs, utilities are normally a pretty safe bet to get into. So what's causing all of this turmoil in the market? Well, tomorrow we're going to find out from the Fed. They're going to raise rates another 0.5 point. And how does that affect us? Well, if the mortgages are going to go up, the rates on the mortgage is going to go up, the rate on the car, auto loan is going to go up. Well, consumers will buy less if rates are higher. Of course, we got the war in Ukraine, and the supply chain delays are still with us. I mean, I don't have to tell you about higher gas prices and higher food prices at the supermarket, right? So the economy is definitely slowing down. And as I've been saying throughout the whole year, that we've had 3 good years in a row, and how long can it keep going? So the next slide, I've got a chart of the last 3 years, and you can see all 3 major indexes did really, really well 3 years in a row. So I started getting rotating, changing my portfolio like December of last year, because I'm thinking this can't just keep going 3 years in a row. So now we're starting to see the rotation, and certain sectors are not doing as well. So my advice is to monitor your portfolio. And I always get the question of, well, do I have to watch the market every day? No, not every day, but I would say at least every week, and certainly at least every quarter. When the companies report their earnings like they're doing now, you should be listening to those audio casts, or at least reading some of the reports about, did they meet, beat expectations? Review your winners and your losers, rebalance or restructure your portfolio. And of course, you can always just book an appointment with me, Coach Mike, who can help you out. All right, so I want to finish up by saying that learning is a journey, is not a destination. You will never get there. I've been in the market since the 90s, and yet still I learn new stuff all the time. I never heard of a SPAC until the pandemic. I never heard of an NFT. Never heard of crypto. So there's always going to be something new to learn. So don't think that you can just come to 1 or 2 sessions, watch a couple of videos, and know it all. It takes a while. And last but not least, I almost forgot to put this in here. Later this month, I am one of the featured speakers at a workshop. May 21st is going to be at the Pikesville Library. Me and Kazi. Kazi is phenomenal when it comes to crypto. The guy is amazing. So I get the crypto question a lot, and I say, hey, you got to talk to Kazi. Kazi knows crypto. I know stocks. I know a little bit of crypto, but Kazi knows a lot of crypto. So I just want to stop it right there. unshare my screen, open the floor to questions. I got to also make sure I stop recording.